See all the birds in the trees? Do you hear all the birds in the trees? It's 41 degrees. I'm pretty bundled up, but it is Thanksgiving Day. And I'm out here getting a walk in. Such a beautiful day. Cold, but nice and crisp and beautiful. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Hey, you guys. Thought I'd show my face. I haven't been on Facebook in a long time. I think it's been since September, maybe, like right after my dad passed away, and he passed away August 28th. So yeah, I don't think I've been on since then. It's pretty cold out here, but it's beautiful. So, you know, I've been on my 365 days of no days off. Well, that took a nosedive on October, I think it was October 28th. I think that was the day. My niece, my 4.5-year-old niece, spent the night. And when she's around, I drop everything. So consumed with her. I love her so much. And we were playing. We went to the park. I was on swings, on sliding boards. Totally wiped out. Have you been on a sliding board lately? Those things are tall. The stairs are steep, and keeping up with a 4.5-year-old running up and down those stairs, I definitely have to say I got my workout in that day. However, I did not do my intentional walk. I'm laying around with her. I said around 10 o'clock, I was like, I'll do it after she goes to sleep. We're laying in bed, talking and just listening to the ramblings of a little kid. And next thing I know, it's 11:59. I run into my office to jump on the Peloton because I like seeing that number. I like seeing that number tick off every day and check off the day. I was like, okay, if I can start before midnight, it'll log me for this day. And it'll still count. Like, that was like a mental thing I was doing for myself. And I get in there, I log in. Good morning. I get in, I log in, and by the time I log in, the clock strikes 12. So I start my workout, like, please, 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 please give me the credit. And it didn't. It did not give me the credit for the day. So I was so discouraged after that. Good morning.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I was so discouraged after that. Like, I missed it. Now, granted, I didn't really miss it. I did lots of working out that day. But I didn't get my check on the Peloton, which meant something to me. I was bummed. So do you know what happened? The next day, or that same day, later in the day, I got on for like 10 minutes and I was so bummed that I did not even do a full 30 minutes. Let me show you these trees. Look at that. Those yellow trees. How pretty is that? Do you see that? So pretty. Anyway, I did like 10 minutes and got off. And then you know what happened after that? I didn't do it the next day. That one little hiccup psyched me out. And I don't know why. But my hand's cold, so I'll continue this in the car. Whew. You gotta excuse my heavy breathing. It's cold, my nose is stuffy, and I just walked up a hill. So pretty. Whew. And now we go downhill. Hear the wind chimes? Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I just rigged up a little something in the car so I can talk to you guys. So I was wrong on my dates. I checked it when I got back in the car so that I could be more accurate, because this is my diary after all. So it was October 24th. My niece stayed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And it was the 24th was the day that I jumped up, ran to get on the elliptical, and missed it by a minute by getting that that little tick. But then I did work out every day after that on the elliptical and got my tick marks. Where I fell off was on November 1st. That's the day I fell off. And when I was telling the story a little while ago, it was a little while ago for you guys, but it's been 45 minutes for me. When I was telling the story originally, it seemed like I fell off immediately. in my recollection. And that just goes to show you how like the days rush together, and sometimes you got to look up the dates, because I was wrong. I was saying that I immediately fell off, but I didn't. I fell off on November 1st. That was the last intentional walk that I took, where I got my tick marks. Now, I have walked since then, but I don't have my Peloton credit for it. I don't have that. And it's interesting how we can psych ourselves out, or we need that visual motivation, or at least I came to rely on that visual motivation and that proof for myself. And it was a challenge to like make sure I got my workout done on the Peloton every single day. And to just miss that one day on October 24th threw me off. And that's how I was looking at it at first, like while it was happening. But when I look back, I realized that I had a lot of other stuff going on that contributed to my mindset at that time. Obviously, mourning my father, and I was also mourning my mother all over again. She died on June 12th of 2022, or June 14th of 2022. And although that was very sad and I was very heartbroken at the time, I had a long mourning process with her, because I was mourning her while she was still alive, while she was going through her sickness. And although my dad was also ill at the time, dealing with dementia and the effects of all that, his death still felt very abrupt. And the reality was, it wasn't really abrupt, because he had been suffering for a while. So it was, for both of my parents, them passing was more of a relief in some ways for them and for me and my siblings, especially my siblings and my nieces and nephews, who had the full amount of the care every day for them. I live in another state. They live closer to them, and some of them most of them with my parents. So they were their daily caretakers and all that stuff. But losing my dad, it was so hard. It was harder in some ways for me. And a friend of mine pointed out that maybe it's because having your dad still made you feel like you still had part of your mom. And now you lost her all over again by losing him. And that's true. That is true. And I'm getting like choked up about it now again. Now I have no parents on this side of life. And it's sad. It's so sad. Yes, we all have to go. My dad was 77, I believe, or he would have been 77 on December of this year. But you know, we all have to go. People say, "Oh, that's so young," but the average life expectancy is where they passed. So living to 90, like I have an uncle who lived to 98, and that's all well and good, and that's nice, but none of us are promised another day. And I say all this to say that I was going through a lot of stuff. I'm going on a tangent here. I was going through a lot of stuff. So I'm also in perimenopause, and so time is like all over the place. And I was already like feeling down. I made a video recently that I thought I was going through a midlife crisis. All of this snowballed into lack of motivation, lack of determination. I lost my discipline and my habit, and I didn't meet my own commitments to myself. So November 1st was my last intentional workout. Yes, I have been walking. Yes, I'm still active. I have not gone out to the park for intentional walks. I have not gotten on my Peloton for intentional walks. But I still, walk around the house, purposely get up every hour from my desk and walk the house or dance through the house or whatever. So not all was lost, but for me, that doesn't count. Like, I'm not going to count everyday movement. That's not what this has ever been about. It has always been about me committing to something for myself and getting it done. So I'm going to say at day 207-ish, I think it was, I don't know, from April 1st to October 24th. Is that 207 days, 210 days? I didn't calculate it. Somewhere in there. I know I met my 200 days, and then shortly after is when I lost it. But I am back on it now. To be totally transparent with you and myself, today is the first day that I've gone out for an intentional walk, and I walked a mile, 1.7 miles, and I'm back. I'm still not mentally in a good headspace, emotionally, but there's still some things going on. Like, I hate my job. It's awful. It's dreadful. I've never felt like this in my whole life, where I am right now with work. And I'm probably going to quit before I even have anything else lined up. That's how awful it is. And I'm just going to trust that I find something else before my savings runs out, because I just hate it. I hate it. And with my other grief and stuff going on, I just don't want the extra burden. So there's that. But the one thing out of many that I can control is my walking. And I've recommitted to myself today on Thanksgiving Day. I don't know the date. What's the date? November 27th. I've recommitted to myself, back on track, recommitted. Excuse me. I drink a lot of water before I left the house, and then chewing gum, you get air. So I'm burping. Sorry. So yeah, that's where I am. I'm back at it, you guys. I'm here, and I'm just gonna continue on my way. For those who celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I personally don't celebrate it in that an original sense of the celebration. I look at it as a nice day to have off from work. Sorry, my nose is about to run. A nice day to have off from work, and spend some time with my family. Usually Ron and I stay home, but today we are going to do some house hopping, and then get right back home into our snuggly little bubble. All right, you guys, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I'm back. I'll see you soon.